Hello, and thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Jesse Lejeune. I'm one of the founders at Full Contour, and I am the Chief Commercial Officer. And today we are super excited to share with you the Full Contour and Straumann integration, where you as a lab partner can send off your scan files for design. Full Contour will design those orders and then send those files off to Straumann for production. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a high-level overview from a 30,000 foot perspective on just the overall workflow. And then Brian is going to take you through a live demonstration where you can actually see how you set up your 3Shape order form. How do you interact with the Full Contour platform? How do you approve the orders? And so Brian's going to take you through that. And then at the very end of the call, we are going to interview Megan Nakanishi, one of the industry's favorites, and she's going to take you through just kind of a day in the life of the laboratory on how her lab benefits from this workflow, and then we'll wrap it up. So first, I'm going to take you through just the high level overview of the workflow, and you as a lab partner, you will activate this workflow, and Brian will kind of touch on that. And then once the workflow has been activated, you're going to send off the scan file. We actually parse all that data so we know that Straumann is the manufacturer. And from there, it's going to go to a designated Straumann design team where we understand preferences and things like that. And then from there, once we're done with the design, that will then be uploaded back to the platform and go to our design approval app. From there, you're going to actually look at the order and say, hey, this looks great, send it off to Straumann. You'll actually sign off and approve the order. That file will then get sent off to Straumann and then shipped to you as a lab. Keep in mind that you can always redesign and rush the case. So if there's something that you didn't like about the case, you can always redesign it. Also, too, keep in mind that we can do a split file case. So if you are looking to do a crown design on top of a custom abutment and mill that crown in-house, then we can still do both of those designs, pass you off the STL for you to mill the actual crown, and then the Straumann abutment will then go off to Straumann for production. And then you'll get that back, and then you can fit them off and send it off to the doctor. So that, in a nutshell, is the overall workflow from a 30,000 foot view. Brian's going to kind of zoom it in and take you in on a live demo. So Brian, go ahead and take it away.
So the first thing we're going to do is set up our order in 3Shape. We want to make sure that the system and kit are both Straumann, and then we also want to make sure that the material, the manufacturer, and the manufacturing process are all set up with the Straumann DME. Next, we can import our scans. In our case, we've already done that, so our order is now ready for design. So we're going to send this order to Full Contour using the Full Contour button, which you'll see us click here in just a moment. When we do that, that will actually send this order to Full Contour for design. The Full Contour button requires Dental System 19.3 or newer and can be found in your control panel under Download Center and then Download Libraries. All right, now we're on the Full Contour platform, and this is the last step for you to actually submit your case to us for design. So the first thing you're going to see here is us fill out a name. Normally this name will be pre-filled from your 3Shape order inside your dental manager, but in our case it was blank. And then you'll also see there's an instructions box here. That's for you to give us any particular instructions that you want us to know for this case and this case alone. So we'll fill out just a couple of random words here just so there's something. As you move to the right here, you have a couple of different things. How many units is this case? What tooth number? And then you'll also see our design guide codes. So we have some really in-depth design guides for all the different kinds of indications that we design. You'll see here when we click on this, there are abutment-specific design guide codes based on all sorts of different settings and design philosophies. So you'll go through and select those, whatever are the best for you in this case. And again, a lot of this depends on the doctor that you might be working with. Then you'll see here that we want to make sure that the design type is accurate, and it is an abutment, and the destination is Straumann Manufacturing. So that's set up correctly, and then you just hit that little blue arrow button, and that will actually send the case for design. And you now see that you have one order in your sent for design. So that tells you that that order has been successfully sent. So you can see now that the case is in the needs approval status. So what you need to do is you actually, as our customer, need to approve this case for manufacturing. And there's a couple different ways to do that, and we'll walk you through that. First thing is we'll click on the case and show you some of the screenshots that we take as our quality control images. You also see that you have a finished scan here at the bottom. That is your full 3Shape order. So you could download that and import it back into your 3Shape, and you could take a look at the design that way if you would like, but you certainly don't have to. You then see on the Actions tab, you have Review Case and Mark is sent for approval. The Mark is sent for approval is actually designed that if you wanted to send your doctor the link and have the doctor approve the case, they could do so. Otherwise, if you click on Review Case, you can review it yourself and you can evaluate the STLs and the screenshots and make sure that everything looks good. If it does, you would just check mark the box that you viewed and evaluated the case and you approve the design, and then you click Approve and Manufacture. Once you do that, you'll see that the case status now updates to Sent to Manufacturer, letting you know that this order has actually been sent by Full Contour to Straumann on your behalf. And that is the end of the workflow.
All right, thanks so much, Brian. So I'm here with Megan Nakanishi.
Hey,
Thank you so much for joining us.
of course.
So as you know, Full Contour is more than just a design service. We have a whole workflow platform. So could you tell our audience just kind of how you guys handle your workflow day in and day out in your laboratory? And then the second part will be, how you see this Straumann integration really helping Nakanishi.
Absolutely. So like you said, Jesse, Straumann has been so integral in just us being able to manage our workflows. The big thing for us is that it allows us to be scalable. So if we, see an influx in work or we have people on vacation or whatever it is, it allows us to really figure out, okay, how are we going to manage our workflows without skipping a beat? Because we use you guys as a regular basis anyways, you're kind of one of our employees already, but with all the different things that Full Contour is connected with, it's like, okay, when our implant designer is out, when our partial framework designer is out, when we have over 200 units of X, Y, or Z, we're able to send it to you guys and just keep that consistent workflow going. We love that it's also allowed us to speed things up too. I mean, there's a lot of things with Express Crown that are exciting that we're able to work with as well. But what we're really excited about is the integration with Straumann, because Straumann is one of our big partners out here in the Pacific Northwest. We do, upwards of 200 custom abutments through Straumann every month. And the ability to be able to seamlessly, in our workflow, keep everything digital, not have to download, re-download, upload, forward load, I don't know what it's called, but to be able to just move things seamlessly through one platform is a really big deal for us. And knowing that we can have confidence in the workflow and knowing those files are going to get there, get in the right, the right place at the right time, it's a big deal for us.
All right, thank you. And Megan, could you tell us a little bit more about just the overall workflow, specifically the approval process and how it benefits you?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're excited because it's already a streamlined process that we're comfortable with, right? We already have people who know, okay, we're going to approve our Full Contour designs at this time of the day. So that's a great workflow for us already. But we love that, now we can expand that to different platforms. Obviously now Straumann abutments, we can do the approval process through. And one area that we actually have a lot of doctor communication back and forth is with implant abutments specifically. So the ability for Full Contour to give us a link to preview the designs is wonderful, because we get so many requests from our clients to say, hey, can we take a look at the abutment design before you kind of go down the final process? And so we're excited to be able to offer that to our clients as well. And just one more way that Full Contours has made us look really good and really professional is being able to provide that digital preview.
Awesome. And then Megan, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about just the split file process as well, the ability to design a crown and a custom abutment at the same time. And do you guys currently utilize that workflow?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, absolutely. So that has been a game changer for us. So we are, we pride ourselves on using OEM parts and making sure that we use, original everything when it comes to implants specifically. So one of the things that sometimes hinders us in is that our workflow can tend to be a little bit longer because we're not doing everything in-house. We don't mill abutments in-house, things like that. But the ability to dual process the abutments and the crown design and the model work all at the same time, if that's the workflow, has given us an ability to really compete, because we're not necessarily going to be the cheapest implant around, but now we can be one of the fastest and most precise using OEM parts. So for our clients, it's a huge value add, because we can say, you know what, yeah, we can rush that case for you, or yes, our normal turnaround time is less than most folks, and we're using original parts, and that's what we're really proud of.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course, yeah, this is great. We love being partners with Full Contour for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We'll see you.
Bye.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today to learn more about the new Straumann integration. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, support@fullcontour.com. Also, if you want to create a new account, you can do that at www.fullcontour.com. Thanks so much, and we're looking forward to working with you all. Take care.